Hi Scorpio, welcome to May. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. Before I start your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. So this month we have a new moon in Taurus, which happens in your partnership sector. And that's on May 11th. And then we have a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius on May 26th. And that's going to be in your 8th house of shared resources. Then we have Mercury and Venus moving into Gemini at the beginning of the month. Jupiter will move into Pisces on the 14th, and it will stay in Pisces till July 29th. That's also favorable to your sign. It's a sister sign. Then Saturn goes retrograde in Aquarius on the 23rd. And at the end of the month, we have Mercury going retrograde, and it will retrograde on the 29th until June, the first couple of weeks of June. So let's see what we'll get into the astrology later. Let's see what these cards say for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for the month of May 2021? What does Scorpio need to know about love and relationships for May 2021? What does Scorpio need to know? For May 2021. The Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant, the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. And the card at the bottom of the deck, the Hermit. Okay, so they're starting the month off as the Queen of Pentacles with this energy. The Queen of Pentacles is a card, first of all, she's down to earth. She's concerned about security and material possessions and abundance. I feel like you might be exhibiting this energy at the beginning of the month. She is looking at the past, so you might be evaluating your relationships this month, and you might be looking at a past relationship. I mean, basically, you're wanting security, you're wanting commitment, you're wanting to connect with someone who offers you stability and a commitment. You're tired of dealing with people who are unstable or players or that kind of thing. So the Queen is looking for security, and she wants, as an earth sign, her earth, she has the energy of earth. Now, I know you're a water sign, but you could be feeling like the Queen of Pentacles this month, where you're just wanting something secure. You're wanting to feel safe in a relationship, in someone's arms. You're wanting to have financial security, but emotional security. And you could be evaluating your past choices and past relationships, just trying to put them into perspective, because you have the Hermit here and the Five of Cups. So it's like you're evaluating, what do I really need in a relationship? Where have I been devoting my energy? Is this, if you've been with the wrong person, or you've been giving your love to someone who's not valuing you, you might be thinking about walking away from that person. So you have this Page of Cups energy in the recent past with the Five of Cups. So you could have been dealing in the past with a relationship with a person who was kind of immature. Someone who had an immature attitude toward love and relationships. So if it wasn't you, it could also be the partner. And I'm seeing this Five of Cups energy. So this is a card of regret, or wishing that things had turned out differently. There was like instability. Fives represent instability. So it could be that you were dealing with someone who had suffered a loss, and they're feeling sorry. They're focusing on their losses. Either someone that you were involved with was coming out of a relationship where they were hurt, and they were, just crying in their cups kind of thing. Or it could be, for some of you, that this person disappointed you in some way, and you're focusing on it. You just can't let go. You can't let go, and you're feeling, I feel like this person, like you're cut off from someone, or you're doing a lot of soul searching, either you or the partner that you were involved with. Now, during this soul searching time, you may feel kind of lonely. You have the Eight of Cups coming up here and moving to the Four of Wands. So the Eight of Cups is about, you know what? I really cared about this relationship. I cared about this person. My feelings were tender. It was a new thing, But I've decided I need to move on. The Eight of Cups is about moving on, letting someone go, something that was once good, but it's no longer fulfilling. Like you're tired of getting the short end of the stick all the time. And you want commitment. The Hierophant is about sharing your wisdom, doing the right thing, doing what's expected of you. So you've been doing all the right things. And you want someone who's mature, who's stable, who's been around, who's going to be there for you. You don't want some energy that's like not sure or immature, not knowing how to act in a relationship. So with the Eight of Cups, I see you moving on. You're moving on from the past. Just use that past lesson as a way of not repeating it in the future relationships. But don't dwell on the past where it's preventing you from forming new connections. Because I see here, you have the Four of Wands in the future. So this is something, it's a victory, it's stability. So you're going to be meeting someone, or you're going to be getting involved with someone that can offer you that stability, that can offer you that commitment. But right now you're at you have the Four of Cups here. So you're kind of feeling, well, that last relationship, I'm not feeling appreciated or valued in my current situation. And I'm kind of bored. I'm feeling, dissatisfied. I want something new, but I'm not really, you're kind of hesitating to reach out for the new. You keep focusing on the past, because look at her. She's facing the past. And here's the past. Five of Cards, regret, loss. You're focusing on everything that went wrong, but you're not seeing the Two Cups that you still have. So there is the potential for partnership. Maybe not with this person, maybe with somebody new. But you keep staring at the past. You keep staring at the closed door, that you're not noticing the open door that's behind you. And look what's behind you. The Four of Wands. But it's gonna, and you can have this stability and this, and you have the Nine of Cups in your wish fulfillment. You can have that. But to get there, you have to release the past. You have to see it for what it was, learn from it, and move on. So the Four of Cups energy, someone is offering you love, but you might be kind of jaded, like you're not accepting it. You're kind of playing this wait and see game. In your environment, you have the Eight of Swords. So I feel like someone is feeling trapped or stuck, and they're afraid to move out of a situation, or they're afraid to take action. Maybe they feel that they're being restricted. So I feel like there could be someone that's interested in you, but for some reason they can't make a move just yet. But they will. Because I'm seeing, look at the King of Pentacles here. You have next to the Nine of Cups. You have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. It's a yes. I can have love. I can have a stable relationship. And the King, he's a great guy. And not only that, the King and the Queen are in the reading. So this is a soulmate connection when you have the two cards of the same suit. You're very compatible, but you're not looking at him. You're looking at the past, the one that got away. So this guy, he may not be as exciting as the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups was this dreamy lover, romantic and maybe a little bit immature. He's got this, he's holding a glass of wine. So you might have shared a glass of wine with this person. But the King, he's stable. He's got his own business. He's financially secure. He cares about home and family. He's your guy. He's your mate, your compatible mate. And he's mature. He's not a child. He doesn't have an immature attitude toward love. And he can offer you the Four of Wands energy. He can offer you the Nine of Cups, which is yes. But you're being stubborn. you have the Hierophant here. Sometimes that relates to Taurus. You could be dealing with a Taurus or someone who has Taurus in their chart. The Pentacles could be an earth sign, could be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. But whatever that means, even if it's not the actual sign, it represents stability. It represents security. And especially with the Hierophant, this is a traditional person, conservative person. Not someone that's going to go do some crazy thing. They may not be really exciting, but they're going to be there for you. You can count on them. You know, as opposed to someone who's like here today, gone tomorrow, but they're a lot of fun while they're around, but then they're off on a new venture. You know, look at this guy. He's got this plane flying, like he's off. He comes in and then he's flying somewhere else, and he leaves you, you know, with your emotions, wondering what the hell's going on. You may have even shared your emotions with this person, or maybe he told you how he felt, but then for some reason it was disappointment. He didn't follow through. And I think part of the problem is this person was still mourning another relationship. They weren't really emotionally available. The Five of Cups is someone crying over their losses. So they can't see anybody else. You know, when you're heartbroken and you're trying to date, but you really don't want to be with the new person, you really want the old person, that could have been the situation. So it could either be this person, this young, immature energy, was crying over some other relationship, so couldn't give you an honest chance, or you yourself are turning your back on the possibility of a good relationship because you're crying over something that didn't work out in the past, something that you need to leave behind. And you will, because the Hermit is here. I mean, the Eight of Cups is here. The Hermit is actually, it would be good for you to talk it over with someone, like a counselor, so that you can release the pain and the hurt, so you can release the past and free yourself from that past connection. Because the Eight of Cups shows you moving on to something more valuable, more fulfilling. I mean, the Four of Wands is a great card. It's a victory card. You're celebrating. And you will find this as soon as you turn around. Stop focusing on the past, turn around and see what's coming up in the future. And here is your future. King of Pentacles. So the Queen needs to turn around and look. And this could be male or female, so depending on what your sex is or what your orientation is, you need to turn around and see that you could have this soulmate partnership. You could have this really good connection with someone who is going to be there for you. No more, immature, childish, romance. You want a commitment. You want someone that knows how to treat a person in a relationship. So that's on offer for you. You got the Nine of Cups, Let's see, especially with this new moon in Taurus, let's see what the astrology says. The new moon in Taurus is in your relationship sector. So you have an opportunity this month, especially after the new moon on May 11th, to have a new partnership encounter. And it's in your 7th house, not the 5th house. The 5th house, the 5th house is like romance, but there's no guarantee it's going to lead to commitment. The 7th house is the partnership that leads to commitment. It's marriage. It's business partnerships. So this new moon can represent a brand new beginning for you. And it's got Uranus in the 7th house. So your relationships are going through they might be a little bit unstable for a while, because Uranus wants to free you from the past. It wants you to feel free in a partnership. It doesn't want you to feel too tied down. It brings new energy in, exciting energy in. You might meet a few free spirits when Uranus is in the 7th. Or you yourself may not want to commit. You may say, you know what? I don't know if I want to settle down. This person may offer you marriage, and you might be thinking, I don't know if I want to get married. I think I want to be free, So it could go either way. But you do have an opportunity for a new beginning. Mars is in your 9th house, so you might be traveling this month. Or if you're not traveling, because the 9th house represents long-distance travel, like foreign countries. It could also represent higher education, teaching, learning. Maybe you're going to have an opportunity to teach what you know. Or if you're at the stage where you're still young and you're learning, you might be taking some classes to increase your skills. Venus and Mercury are in your 8th house in Gemini. So this is a good time for you to really confront your demons. to really transform. Love can have a transformative, Venus in the 8th house, a love relationship can really change your life or change how you see yourself. Maybe you're ready for a more intimate connection. Mercury is about really looking deep, going deep within and seeing, how have I been sabotaging my relationships? How have I been stopping love from manifesting in my life? So it could be a good time for counseling when Mercury's there. Venus also brings money, resources from other people. So if you're connecting with someone, you can be connecting with someone that has financial abundance, that brings abundance to your life, because the 8th house represents the partner's income. It also represents money you get in terms of a settlement or a loan or some kind of financial support. So that's available to you to help you. Saturn is in the 4th house. So you're really seriously thinking about home issues. You want to create a home. You want to create, a structure of stability. You want, sometimes when Saturn goes through your 4th house, you buy a house. You purchase property or real estate because you want some kind of like home base, You could also be dealing with issues around authority figures, your parents. Maybe some of you might be taking care of an older parent. Or you might be revisiting ideas and habits and issues around your childhood and how your parents shaped your life and your thoughts and your behavior. So I feel like it's a good time to go for counseling, just to find out, how your parents made you who you are today. Because, we learn our relationships, we learn how to relate to others through our parents, to seeing how our parents relate. So if there's any kind of dysfunction in your family, it may be affecting how you connect with someone else. So you want to go through counseling, hermit, to deal with those issues, to release yourself from any of those sabotaging patterns. You have Neptune in the 5th, so that brings romance and creativity. Now is a good time to try do anything creative. Neptune is your friend. But if it has to do with romance, you want to make sure that you're seeing people clearly. You may have idealized this young Page of Cups, this young energy. You may have given them more credit than they were worth, but I feel like you're going to see the truth and you're going to move on this month. Mars is sextile. Mars is in your 9th house, sextile Uranus in your 7th. So there is opportunity to connect with someone, maybe even through your travels. Or if you're connecting with someone, they could be someone who's very different than you culturally. You might meet someone through higher education, if you're taking a class, or it could be through traveling. You meet someone on a trip when you're on vacation. 9th house is also publishing, reaching out to global market, publishing, maybe creating a website or the internet, reaching out to beyond your comforts, outside of your local environment. So this person is going to bring you, if you meet someone, this King of Pentacles, if you meet the King of Pentacles and you give them a chance, you might even travel together. Or this person will expand your thinking or expand your mind in a way that brings you new insights and new learning. You're going to learn a lot from this relationship. Venus in the 8th is square Jupiter in the 4th. You might be spending money around the house. There might be some expenses that come up with your home. Now, at some point, Saturn in your 4th house is going to go retrograde on the 23rd. So you're going to be rethinking, your home life. Like, do I want to live where I'm living? Do I want to move somewhere else? Do I want to buy property? What do I need to do? So you might be rethinking your plans. And so, like, when a planet retrogrades, it's time for recalculating, taking time out to think, about your trajectory. Because Saturn, when it comes into the 4th house, eventually it's going to start to rise in your chart. So now is a good time to set the foundation for a goal that you want to achieve in the next 15 years. Because when Saturn goes up to the 10th house, that's when you see the results of your hard work. So start planning now about what kind of home base do you want to create that's going to support you as you work toward the rest of the houses, the 5th, the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. So you want to have some stability. You don't want to have your home life be unstable while you're trying to make it in the world. You want to have a stable home base. and support. So now's a good time to to put down roots. So then the lunar eclipse happens on the 26th in Sagittarius, and that's happening in your 2nd house and 8th house. So that's your financial houses. So something is completing around that time that relates to money and finance, and also your values and how you see yourself, your own self-worth. So if you've been working on yourself to feel more confident, to feel like, hey, I deserve more, you could be reaching a climax at this time where you're seeing the truth. Like, okay, now I see where what I need to do. I see everything's coming out because the full moon shines a light on things. So either if you've been working on it, you can feel like you're making progress, you're completing something, or you could finally see like, oh my God, I see what I've been doing, and I'm going to take action to stop it. I'm going to start working on myself, and I'm going to demand what I deserve, or I'm not going to settle for less. That's basically and with the eclipse, a lunar eclipse usually means that sudden changes. So it could be a relationship that ends, some financial, you have a financial connection to someone, that connection might end, or a female might be eclipsed from your life. Maybe someone that you're working with moves on, or someone that that you're dealing with moves to a new location, or just leaves your life in some way. Or you yourself might say, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm not going to settle for less. I'm going to get rid of anything that's not giving me what I deserve. I'm going to stop focusing on the people that don't value me. I'm going to start to focus on what I really need to feel supported, to feel, secure, because the 2nd house is about security. And usually people find that money gives them security, but it's not always the case. I mean, it could be other things: love, family ties, connections. Mars is in the 9th, and it's trining Neptune in the 5th, so you could have a romance develop during this time, especially at the eclipse. Venus comes together with Mercury in your 8th house, so you could hear some news about financial matters. Maybe you're getting some type of insurance payout, or you could have, if you're going for, like, let's say you're wanting to buy property and you need to have a bank loan to purchase something, you could get good news at that time that you're getting the money, because Venus always brings money in. So if you need money to accomplish something, you're going to get it. You're going to feel, you'll be signing a contract, so you could be purchasing, having a mortgage, or getting a bank loan if you want to start a business or something. Whatever it is, money will be there for you to help you achieve your goal. Now, this full moon is in T-square with Jupiter, and Jupiter is in your 5th house. It will only be there for a couple of months, but at this time, you could be, when Jupiter's in the 5th, and because this involves your money houses, there could be some crisis or tension around how much you're spending on fun. Maybe you have to tighten your budget a little bit. How much you're spending on children or a romantic partner. Because Jupiter, this T-square is with Jupiter in the 5th. So your financial, trying to find the balance between what you're spending, what you're earning, and how much you can spend on fun. Maybe you're spending too much and you need to set up a budget. Or maybe this new love comes into your life and you're just like throwing caution to the wind and just, overdoing it financially. So don't spend, if you do meet someone, don't neglect your friendships, because the opposite of the 5th is the 11th house. So you want to still keep in touch with your network of friends, because your friends are always going to be there for you. A lot of times when people meet someone, they just drop all their friends and then they're just focused on this romantic partner. And then when the relationship ends, then they're like left alone. So you don't want to be in that position. You want to maintain your relationships. Don't give up your friendships. Keep in touch with your friends, your support group. But I feel like you're going to be meeting someone that you're going to want to spend a lot of time with this month. So focus on the 9 of Cups energy. Focus on the 4 of Wands energy. Getting what you want. Getting the stability, the relationship, the security. here's the guy or the girl, just turn around and let them in. And release the past. That's critical this month. Release the past, release past disappointments, release anybody that's draining your energy, that's not giving you what you deserve, and focus on what you can have. Focus on what you do want, and you can manifest that this month. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Scorpio. If you did, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment. If you'd like, this is a general reading, so it may not apply to everyone, but if you want a private reading that's just specifically about you and your specific situation, click on the link in the description box and it'll take you to my website and we will get you on the schedule and we'll be working together. So have a wonderful May, Scorpio. Thank you for supporting this channel. I wouldn't be here without you guys. So I wish love and security and happiness and wish fulfillment. And I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.